Alright, we pay, that's exactly 4 mana, everything perfect, and we'll win this game with a style. Here we go. Now we have no creatures and no hope of winning. We actually can, and then, you know what? I think it's okay. I think it's actually okay. They don't have a good way to remove it. Except this one, so they need a creature. And now we can start drawing cards if we want. I think we actually go with this. I mean, Lord Skitter is, you know, a decent card against the Reanimator. So I think that should be enough. And that's how you counter Valgavot. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today Dimir that will get you excited because we have some incredible additions to the already extremely powerful deck that has been around for a very long time. Kaito, Bane of Nightmares, it's actually insanely powerful card. And guys, let's be honest, this card was printed exactly for this deck. This is the shell that Kaito is supposed to be in, and it's incredibly powerful. Not only it's 3 mana Planeswalker that already is drawing cards, hexproof means that it's very hard to kill and sweepers don't hit it, so after your opponent sweeps the board you still have the pressure, and with the emblem of +1/+1, even though you don't have ninjas, this one is enough because it's 3 attack, 4 attack, 5 attack, and it scales extremely quickly suddenly. On top of drawing cards and removing creatures because you have -2. On top of this we also have Enduring Curiosity, which means that every small creature, Lord Skitter, you know, target, Masterminds, every Mockingbird, every Siren, suddenly becomes extremely powerful. So it's like, you know, the Praetor Geeks, but it's flash speed, and when it dies you still get the benefit. So those two cards make deck completely different, even though the early game is similar. We also have one Fear of Impostors, and if you think one doesn't make a difference, I mean, watch the games and you will see. This is the card that brought my attention from even the spoiler season, and I think this is extremely powerful card if used right. So guys, I think you will like today's deck. Let's go into action because there's some real epic games ahead of you, so have fun and enjoy. Alright, we're going first, which is really good. I would love to draw into some Cardo, man, but we'll start with the Siren, see what happens. And yeah, probably go into Markham. Mastermind doesn't give you any benefit unless your opponent is drawing cards or you have this 4 extra mana, so it's just better. I guess we are going like this. Is that a control? We'll see. So our opponent should know that something is up. We didn't use the map token, which is a huge tell that we have something. And yep, this could be interesting. I think we'll go with Malcolm here, because we can always use Mastermind if they are doing during their turn. I think whatever we cast will die right now, but it's very scary for them to tap main phase. Or during their turn, because they are hopeless on our turn. But let's see, they probably will go for it. I get lost. Very interesting play. And we are getting flooded, so let's see no lands right now for the rest of the game. Yep, as you can see, easy. So, let's attack for 2 and keep the pressure coming. They know the Mastermind is on the next turn. This might trigger them to start using cards right now. Or a Cardo, sorry. So let's sit. We don't have too many options. Honestly, we are at pretty high disadvantage right now. Our opponent is having a pretty decent draw so far. And we need to fight it, we need to push the tempo because they're winning the long game. So we kinda need to, you know, go super crazy right now, if we can. Do I want to draw more cards or just keep swinging? We won't win with this. We need second wave. This is just basically a sweeper fodder. Alright. They want to cast Lockdown a lot. That means we are losing everything. But we can get some extra cards, so maybe that's something we'll do, I'm not sure. They will play a land into Lockdown, so they will go to 4 to 5 with a Cardo. And that means with our card they will get to 6. So this is the moment to start removing a dance step. If they have Lockdown or any kind of sweeper, they probably don't really want to use it. This is interesting. This is interesting, sure. That's pretty smart. I will still play it now, because I want to avoid no more lies. And this way, like if they're using Soul Partition, that usually means they don't have a normal removal. As you can see, they used Get Lost first. Okay, so they're actually very smart and they knew I will do it. Like I considered they're either very good or they don't have the card. However, it seems that they kinda faked it. And we have to go with this and try to hope that this is enough. This is basically our Hail Mary. If they have another sweeper, we are out. However, if they don't, we can start redrawing so many cards that maybe we can get back into this game. They used Lockdown, which is their sweeper. They already used a removal that they probably had. And here's the Jace, sure. And they should probably +1 it. I think the +1 is the answer. Alright, they want to mill us. That would suggest another Jace. But they won't have time to take another turn off, so I think they kinda wasted the whole turn with this. A bat. Very interesting, but that means we cannot draw all of those cards. So with bat we can force a top deck. This is a risk, so if I play this and they top deck Sunfall, instantly we'll lose. If I don't play it and we draw a card, or two cards, 3 in total, we can try actually to play this game even if they have Sunfall. If they have 2 Sunfalls, this loses the game. So pick your poison, I guess. We'll definitely attack, so I have more time to think. And here's our 2 extra seconds. And now I'm left in the same spot. I will roll the dice. I think I will lose with this play, but I will try. Yep, here's another Jace. 3 steps ahead. We don't really need to do more. This is 5 damage a turn. This gives them card at the end step and we cannot kill them. This will draw them 3 cards, drawing land and potentially 2 mana something. Well, we don't have enough. This is 16 cards. They need more. Let's go for Silver Scrutiny. This is a very hard choice, but we force them to basically play this. That also means we cannot play Cut Down, because that will be the 20th card that will draw them 3 cards, which is something they banked on. If they play Jace and just plus, we will slowly kill it, and then they lose this card and they are left with 3 steps. This is very tricky. I really would love to draw something good. Reef won't do it because they have Demolition Field. Normally it would be extremely good. So now they have Aether Cycling with 3 steps ahead, which is extremely risky. They might hit something, they might whiff fully and basically give up the game. They can go with Jace, but they cannot draw cards. If they go for -2, we draw with Mastermind, so they actually get behind on value. Honestly, very tough spot for our opponent. I don't know what is the correct play for them. Well, definitely not drawing a land, that's for sure, bro. Oh my god, this is so bad. I think they will try to survive this turn and draw at the end step. They know we cannot kill them on this turn. However, we can force a lot of cards for us. And we have the mana to use it, so even though the draw, man, every time I draw land like this, it's like, alright Shuffler, I know you're champion, just let me play, bro. We're drawing 2 cards with this, right? Second card each turn. Yep, so after this we'll get our triggers, which is really nice. We have a lot of flash creatures, so even if they kill us, like for example if we draw the Cat Curiosity, we win the game, because if they sweep we just play it and hit them for 4. It's a 4-3. And I think our opponent is doing a really great job at trying to mitigate the, the RNG, but they just don't get the cards that they need. And I think we're pretty decent at avoiding this 20 cards in the graveyard, so Jace cannot draw 3 cards. That's something they wasted full turn to set up this play, and in the end it doesn't work. And here's our card. By the way, if we draw a counter spell, this game is probably over. Well, just if. Here's the lockdown, they drew the card, and I think with this we have to go again with the Mastermind. This way we are drawing 3 new cards and our opponent is drawing 1. So we are kinda in this... Can I please stop drawing? Like, man, I was considering, is that too low amount of lands to play? And I'm getting flooded like constantly, bro. It's crazy. So we are in some serious trouble right now. Yep. Our opponent is at 4, but he's taking over control over the game. If he will be able to cast it for full... That was the card winning the game, by the way. Alright, guys, what do we do here? I could go Lord Skitter into Kaito. Then I cannot go with Curiosity. And their next turn would be problematic. I would love to have one more mana so I can play this and this. I think we go Lord Skitter here. Because it creates wider board. And then we go with Curiosity. Let's see if this goes through. This will be very hard during their turn, like we need to do so much. Kaito is amazing, but it has Summoning Sickness and that's the biggest problem. Let's see if we are allowed to make a 1-1. Like, it's a big deal. It's 1/4 of their life, this little rat. And let's go with Jace, shall we? It's also highest converted mana cost, so I mean, it shouldn't make a difference, but let's go like this. Oh boy. The game is way closer than it should be. So this is not too much mana. The Deuce is very good for them. So my hope was that it's very hard to get some value at Dance Step for 3 mana, but I mean, they got it perfectly. Biza. Interesting. If I play a card right now... So if I play this, they are not drawing cards, which is their main idea. They can get sorcery speed stuff, but I think it's worth denying them the card. That's also a lethal... Well, it's not lethal anymore. Unless we... Well, I guess we can just play Kaito, stun Biza, and attack with everything. So let's see. They have the play. Soul Partition. Very good for them. But we still... Oh! They still got the full value. I guess sure. It's not looking great. I think we use this to set up Kaito a little bit. We have to get rid of this. They won't be able to kill Kaito on the next turn. We go with a cut down. That makes it a little bit easier. And I mean, they will probably have Sunfall on the next turn, and there's nothing we can do about it. This is exactly this like extra value that they got over us. And let's attack. At this point, they honestly don't need to block even. They can, but they don't need to. Alright. They need to not have a sweeper right now. I think Sunfall will win the game right now. There is a chance they play way more lockdowns. Like, the meta is so aggressive that most of control decks don't play 4 Sunfalls. They actually play mostly lockdowns. Some decks don't even play Sunfall. But it depends. I'm so sad that they had the answer to those 3. One more hit and the game was over. But they got their lockdown. So, right now they are fully stabilizing with the spam of Bizas. And this is a good play by them. We could tap it, but it's not amazing. I think we go with Kaito. They will double block then, right? That's a bit of a problem. I still think it's the best play. Because we can play the Curiosity, they know about it. And we can just go wider, but it's very hard to get control over this game. Don't forget they have this 2 extra mana, that's also a big deal. Let's get rid of Biza, no particular reason. They don't play black, so Virtues aren't happening, the Leak of Wrath ain't happening, so it shouldn't make a difference, but we'll try still. And they can play counter spells as well. Right, let's see blockers. If they double block Kaito, which is probably what they want, because the Sunfall doesn't answer this. So I would guess they really want it gone, but we won't know. Alright, that's good. So I guess they are trying to prevent the Cardo that we are getting with the Curiosity. The cool part is that when this dies, dies, not gets exiled, we get the enchantment, but it probably won't matter, especially that we have only 25 cards. Alright, we got milled by Jace for 15, that explains it. Because I'm like, well, I didn't realize I drew so many cards. Yeah, at 11 we lost a lot of pressure right now, they can fully ignore stuff. Soul Partition. Yep, at this point they are just having answers one after another. And we are losing the value to make this kind of play. Alright. I still will go with the Siren. We can always Malcolm at Dance Step. I kinda have to go a little bit all in here. Alright, that's kinda acceptable, I guess. They know we can play Malcolm and try to protect Kaito. And that's probably what we'll do. and they will probably interrupt it. They have 3 random cards, and probably one of them will be enough to get rid of this. I would guess Normalize, because they never played it during the whole game, but it could just be removal. And I'm hoping it's neither. Then we can protect Kaito, stun Biza, and start attacking with the Planeswalker, but it won't work because they will have something. See? As predicted. And this is our basically last push, I think. We also don't have a single Reef. Well, we got the Reef. Very late, only like after 40 cards, but we are there, finally. So we go with this one. And we attack, we see what we get. We are drawing 2 cards, so that's something. Mockingbird. Mastermind is a nice one. So this gets killed by Demolition Field, but it still forces their mana. So I think we go Mastermind. They don't know about it. So far, everything they know about, they are countering. Here it's already a lot. And now we don't have to protect Kaito, so that makes it a little bit easier, I guess, because life total can be ignored against Biza, like it's way too slow. Okay, land. That's huge. So my idea is that I hope they will think they have more time than they have. That's why we're going for this play. If they draw cards, we can also, you know, sneak one of them. Man, we are doing work. We are doing work. We are cooking. But it's very, very hard. So they will probably swing, it feels. Alright. Just passing the turn. I think they want 3 cards at the end step with this, or they have a very good interaction at like 3 steps ahead. It's not my last card, so they know that there could be a follow-up main phase, and they also need to, you know, get some mana for Demolition Field. So they will pay 3, they will get 1 back, so they have 5 mana on this turn, if we force a Reef, you know, removal. And Reef is 4 damage, that's actually a lot here. Our opponent is playing extremely well, by the way. You can see that he's a veteran control player. Alright. Extremely good for them. And as expected, man, we're kind of naming every card they are using. But is that enough? Probably not. Probably not. We could get Biza, I guess. It's not bad. It's not bad. Oh, wait, we don't need to. We need just 3. Alright, this is correct tap. They still have something. Okay, I didn't... Well, this could just be Silver Scrutiny. I think it's just Silver Scrutiny. So this way we are doing a card, which is a big deal. Not the best card, to be absolutely honest. And if we attack with everything, they will just sacrifice everything. But they have... So we need to force them so they cannot activate this. We lack 1 mana for Reef into Preacher. But if they don't, I hope we can win. Let's go with the Death Touch. We draw a card, we force 1 good trade for us. Oh my god, this is a card. Oh boy, this could change a lot. They manifest Dread, so it's not free. But if we can get there, we can negate their biggest play that they hope to win the game with. This card can win us the game. Let's go Preacher. So now we really need to force drawing Sunfall. They cannot play double Sunfall, so yeah, I mean, you know what? With this draw, I can see us winning really quickly. It's not super easy, but we can get there. But we have only 1 turn when we can do this stuff. We need to kill them during this turn, and they will get another blocker. At this point they can waste all the value. If they get a single free turn, they can draw like what, 7 cards or something like this. So they can play at very bad ratio of value and they still will win as long as they survive. I mean, this is the difference between a control deck and like a tempo deck, right? But man, we are making some serious plays. I wonder how many Jaces they play. They used already 2, I believe. Yep. Do they play the 3rd one or maybe even the 4th one? Because we are closing to being killed by a Jace. Normally, like, you play 1 or 2. 2 is standard, I think. So yeah, I think this could be all the Jaces. Alright, this is important. So I could counter it, or I can just counter the play that they will make out of this. This suggests they don't have the answer. Oh boy. No, boy, this is a huge decision, sorry bro. This will decide the game. Do we counter this or we try to counter? The problem is that if they wait for our turn, the Fear of Impostors will have Summoning Sickness. And that's a big deal. I'm not sure if that's the right play. Let's see. They might have no more ice. It is very probable they have one. Yep, this is no more ice. So maybe I made the wrong call. However, their idea is that they cast Silver Scrutiny and then they cast something. They also don't get the creature, the Manifest Dread thing. So in the end it wasn't super bad. Now we go absolutely all in, but we cannot push enough damage unless we draw a removal, I think. Well, that's not a removal. Man, those draws are so bad. Like, we are doing so much to mitigate them, but they are still so bad. Alright, we are doing 2 extra cards. And I think we'll start milling our opponent. Won't make a difference probably, but why not? They are playing... Really, bro? At least we have this. But those draws, man, oh my god, that was so bad. At least we will draw cards with Curiosity. We will get 4 cards. This is interesting. They block. I guess the rest has Death Touch or Flying, so I guess that makes the most sense. But we are drawing a lot of cards. Oh, I won the game. Oh my god, I won the game. I was so focused on just getting this value. I didn't think we actually deal so much damage already. Oh man, that was clutch game. Our opponent played it really masterfully. Alright, our opponent is going first, however we have a cut down, we have Markor, and we have a counter spell, so our early game should be pretty decent. Let's see how our opponent will play. We will probably... well, let's see the matchup first. A Duress. I mean, that's an extremely good hit. Don't make a sound, go. Then we'll try to play Mark. Wow. Okay, I did not expect this. So that must be Dimir Tempo, right? Otherwise they would never care about the cut down. I'm not sure what's up here. Okay, so we will try to go around their 2 mana. This way we overlord like our end step into our main phase. So we basically double our mana. So we go Markon, they will counter it or kill it because they know about it. And then the bat hopefully hits something. This is very interesting that they didn't care about don't make a sound. Okay, that's a very good play, by the way, for them. Interesting. We could just go Mockingbird into don't make a sound and then go Kaito and try to win from this. I actually like this play. I know the bat might seem better, but this is too weak to counter and too weak to kill. And I don't think they will realize that we have Kaito in the hand until it's too late. This will be a bit of a problem, by the way. We can play the Shores here. Alright, let's keep it unblocked. Perfect. And that's how we do it. I'm not sure how exactly to play with this. Do we try to keep +1ing so we can ignore Mirrex tokens? They will have at least 1 probably. That's it. Unless they have Earth-Eye Resurrected, they cannot counter it. Alright, here it is. Well, I guess we'll get the thing after it's done. So I could draw cards and try to outvalue them. In the end it's Dimir. Dimir, you know what? I will change the gameplay a little bit. Because I think with this kind of gameplay we can try to outvalue them over time. We have a lot of mana. We have some counter spell that, you know, can interrupt them at the key point. Reef is very interesting. We don't have a removal right now. We cannot stun it because it's never a creature. And our opponent is respecting Kaito as he should. Alright. This is an interesting one. We can basically remove their whole hand if we want. Or we can just draw cards. I think we attack again. 3 loyalty, so Reef will kill us. Yeah, let's draw a card, because we can go for the throat, which would be amazing. We will have some blockers, I guess. But yeah, we are trying to go for the value direction.
Your secrets didn't stay hidden for long.
I mean, those are good cards, man. We could go Mockingbird and Lord Skitter. Mockingbird is a very nice blocker to protect Kaito for the next turn. So okay, I think this is the play. Do I want Lord Skitter? This will slowly take over the game. Very slowly. I'll take it. Alright, very greedy play by me. So let's start. We definitely need to play this and see what happens. We need to see what their hand is. I have no idea. Right now I have zero idea what's going on there. We have Don't Make a Sound, they know about it, so they probably won't pay more than 2 mana for whatever they're considering. This will be a harsh one. Like, we are getting so many cards and Kaito is keeping us in the game, but against control we need some, you know, extra value basically. Really. They know what we are doing. This is very interesting. Do I care about... I care about it a lot. Alright, you got it. That's very interesting. That suggests both of those cards are relevant, because they know the best one gets, you know, gets discarded basically. Oh, or they're both the worst. That's true. I didn't think about this one. Let's go for 0 and not copy it, because I actually wanted to block. This is our insurance against the Reef. Oh, I guess the Bat can block right now because we didn't steal it. I think, man, they need an extremely good top deck here. If they don't get extremely relevant card, they're just out of the game right now. Perfect. Mockingbird, go. We keep the Bat because it's better. We can maybe ninjutsu it at some point if we draw another Kaito, so then we can replay it. If it's not a good play, but sometimes it... Oh my god, are you serious? This guy just drew a perfect answer. This, guys, it is possible he plays 1 or 2 in the whole deck. Oh my god, I'm so happy I took Lord Skitter, but it's still kinda crazy. Alright, let's show our opponent that even the perfect best top deck of the whole deck won't make it against us. Alright, and with Preacher and Lord Skitter we are taking over the game very quickly. Our opponent is at 11, so it will get worse and worse. They might be playing Deadly Cover-Ups, so I will start getting rid of all the, you know, high converted mana cost, which in this case is 2. Alright. Alright, I thought I'm ahead, but it seems that one card from our opponent can just, you know, completely reverse the game, so let's see what he do. This could be Geek's command that kills literally the whole board, so let's not jump to conclusions. Do they play it? I mean, probably not. They probably play Deadly Cover-Ups, but that's another card that can win, right? I mean, you have one card, my friend. What is the play? Yep, they are playing the land and they're cracking it. No, like, can they whiff? Please? I think that they actually drew something that is big. Alright. Our friend got me anxious, that's for sure. Mastermind is extremely good draw. We could go for the Bat here, or we can just go Mastermind and force Cardo if we want. If they didn't play it, it cannot be super important. Famous last words. Alright. Let's go for this one. They have the Reef, so they can block something. Do we go so all in? Yep, we go so all in. Because we are drawing cards as well. If we draw a Go for the Throw, that would be even more perfect, but you know, it's fine. I mean, man, this guy draws. It's definitely not a land, but this one is actually better than just seeing Reef activated, honestly. I think they kinda missed it, right? They could get... Oh, maybe they want to attack. But I'm really fine with this trade. I think they could get better value otherwise. So sure, they are getting the enchantment, but they need to start attacking. I think they are desperate and they just want this one extra card, but we won't allow it. So what is the best card? Let's go Preacher, because that's a huge problem for them. Now we have a great blocker. And let's go Siren, because that's another great blocker. And that means they won't get this one card that they really want, because they know that one extra card basically doubles their card, so that was the play, and they're just trying to top deck into a sweeper. Alright, we're going first. I kinda like this hand, especially with Curiosity, and we're against Dark Jester. However, aren't we all jesters in the grand scheme of things? Was that deep or super shallow? Nobody knows. Alright, let's go with this one. So what is the next play? And Bat seems very good. It also opens the Curiosity and the next turns. However, we are not... Yeah, I think we go 2-drop into 2-drop potentially. Let's start with this one, see what's up. Oh, I guess this is... yeah, this is untapped. So what do we go with? Shelter by Ghost is definitely extremely powerful card. We probably want This is interesting. So they will probably try to play mouse and buff it with this, because it gets buffed the most with, you know, just targeting it. Right now they don't... Alright, they are offering the trade. And probably they will go with this if we don't accept. Alright. So they're preparing for the next turn. I think we can take some advantage from this. Oh man, we can also draw cards on the next turns. That's so good. I'll just pretend I'm playing Magic Bat. And I just re-clicked everything, because I don't want to show too much priority. They want to cast the thing on the Heartfire hero, and then we kill it in response, and they will be absolutely out. Oh, now they see the priority. I think it's worthwhile. I think it's worthwhile. We are doing less cards, but I think we'll wait until the end step anyway with this. I think it's worth it. Well, we will get more cards. Very interesting play. However, so they're playing very smart, but we can absolutely punish it. So I could start doing cards already. However, I know I'm winning the game if I just play like this. Because then we play Enduring Curiosity. So now they need to start casting those things on the... Wow, they just top deck this. Well, must be nice. Well, this is probably one of the few top decks that completely ruined our play. Well, you can beat everything, but not the Shuffler. Alright. However, we see the card, so... Yeah, I think this is the perfect play. Because we will kill one of them, then they will cast this, pump the hero, then we kill the hero, pay the ward, and we win the game, and we draw the cards with Curiosity. Well, it will have Summoning Sickness, but other than this. And then they have no place. Well, I guess they have another one. But we have Preachers, so we outvalue them anyway. And we're at 18, they are not doing too much here. Cheeky Mouse, sure. I mean, not the grandest, you know, place of Magic. This is an interesting one, right? So they will swing. Let's see. I think we can get another trade here, because we kill this, then we block the mouse, and we get 2 for 1. There's no way they drew something that will change it. Alright. We pay. That's exactly 4 mana. Everything perfect. And we'll win this game with a style. Here we go. Now we have no creatures and no hope of winning. And here it is. So, let's start with the map. You know, just in case. But it's kinda okay. It's kinda okay. We can actually play it on this turn, so we prevent the removal. And let's start doing cards. I think Bat is as good as anything else, because it prevents their plays. And right now we are skyrocketing ahead. So if we get rid of this, whatever they draw, it won't be a creature and an enchantment in one. So they need 2 perfect top decks to even have a chance of making this play. And yep, that's how it ends. There was mouse, so no. Alright, we're going first. We have the Siren. Yeah, let's go with this. We could go 1 drop into 1 drop. Do I want Siren already? I mean, we should probably go with Restless Reef. And we'll see. I'm not exactly sure how to play it out. If we want Lord Skitter, we probably want to play this. Alright, so it's... Okay. So soon the reanimation spell will happen. I think we go like this. And just get rid of the tapland so we have better next turns. Especially if counter spell. This could be really good. Let's see if they have the vault. Maybe they are playing the build from this channel. Did I have Overlord? I don't think we had Overlord. And they play Bats as well. Alright. So the next turn is Bat. The problem is that they will see don't make a sound. So how do we want to play it out? If we play Lord Skitter, they will play a Bat and get rid of the counter spells. And then they can reanimate stuff. That is a bit of a problem. We can also go Siren and counterspell, or go for the throat, but then they will see the counterspell anyway. I think we actually go with this. I mean, Lord Skitter is, you know, a decent card against Reanimator, so I think that should be enough. And that's how you counter Valgavot. Alright, let's see it. We're going first. I think this could be a Malcolm game, we'll see. I will definitely tap the Reef, because we want the 2-drop. Oh boy, this might be a counterspell deck. Do I want to go with the Bat already? Like, it will die. Alright, this will be rough a little bit. I think we'll go bat because we can play Mockingbird and make another bat. And we'll also see the hand, so it will be way easier. Alright, Smite. Very annoying card, to be honest. And they will cast it before we can ninjutsu, probably. They don't have creatures yet. Alright, I think we'll risk that they don't top deck creature in like 1 or 2 next cards. And I think they will be out of the game then. They have the Anchorage, but not much else. This is nice. This is very nice. Alright, I think we go Malcolm into Siren here. So let's attack. Moment they activate the creature, we go for the throat. I wish we could do this. I mean, we actually can. We actually can. And then, you know what? I think it's okay. I think it's actually okay. They don't have a good way to remove it. Except this one, so they need a creature. And now we can start drawing cards if we want. Yep, let's draw cards. With Surveil, of course. Land is actually good here. We don't want tap land, like we already had the moment for tap land, and we have the Reef in the board. So yeah, I like this decision. The fact that we already, you know, have this loyalty stacked for future, I think it's good. If they activate Anchorage, they cannot do anything else. Here's the Overlord, sure. And very strong. So they are playing the meta build of this one, so they have 2 Overlords. I've seen this build, and yep. Oh, okay, never mind, they don't play this. What are you? Return target creature. Okay, sure. I'm so happy we had the swamp. Okay. So we can attack. I think we have this game. I really want the Impostor, so I probably play the Siren here. We don't have enough mana for the bat. Let's get the map token. And let's keep the counter spell mana. I actually think I will go for the emblem. The idea was that I will draw something else. Okay, and now let's go like this. We want the land. We could draw it, but okay, we will draw it with map on the next turn, so we take Lord Skitter. I mean, that's okay. That's something that will be problematic for them. And we keep the counter spell and Malcolm. So if they don't do anything, we play Malcolm, start cycling, so we can draw more counter spells. And then I will kinda survey a little bit differently. I think we have this game. We have them on lock. Here's the Overlord. Something we could counter if we want. I think it's worth it. This is a good moment to do it. Our opponent will get a 2/2 that we can stun if we care. They don't get the token, so now we can freely attack them on the next turns. Alright, I kinda like this play. Oh, I guess we drew too many cards. Right. Okay, we need to win from here. So I kill the face down card, probably. So they don't untap with this. And we could go Bat or Lord Skitter. Let's kill it. Yeah, I think now we will go with Kaito. Let's pump it. Oh, that was a nice card. We also have this one. Let's pump this guy. Okay, that's a land. A very bad one as well. So we can go Malcolm or Bat. I think we go Bat here to make sure that they cannot make a big play on the next turn. So Normalize is not needed. Into the Flood Mouth. That's a good one, to be honest. It's kind of better than the Smite, probably. So let's go with this. This really removes their options for the next turn. And now we can full swing. And now they are in some trouble. If I made Emblem a little bit better, I think the Kaito could be killing them on the next turn, even if they sweep. So right now, the problem is with Smite that they need to wait for our turn. That means we untap and we have new options. Into the Flood Mouth can be cast at any point and bounce everything, so it's way more versatile. And they cannot get rid of Kaito with Smite, of course. So yeah, I think that's kinda it. This is very risky to take a hand with no creatures, even though they kinda had some. So they had this Overlord, they had this Overlord, and they had the Anchorage. You need something stronger. They don't really show tracker, so I don't think it's the best build. Usually you don't play Normalize with it. Like, they really need card advantage that usually Disenchantment deck has. So they went a little bit higher. But they still play the Curiosity. Alright, I think that's it. Well, unfortunately, we have a control player roping. What can we say? What can we say? So, at this point we can just get the emblem. As you can see, Kaito is growing so quickly. And we'll rope again. I mean, that's probably it, right? Fear of Impostors really did the job on this turn. Alright, so let's swing. Let's enjoy the moment. Yeah, the fact that we counter the Overlord and so they don't have those 2 tokens really messed his game plan and he didn't like it. Alright guys, I will try to not talk too much about the shell because you already know it. We've been playing Mockingbird, an extremely good card, especially with bats. But before we go there, I want to say a huge thank you to our patrons. We have some new ones, so thank you guys so much for, trying to help the channel and, just keep content going. And for the veterans that are here every month, thank you guys. I'm so happy that you are enjoying the content still. So with this deck, the biggest addition I think is Kaito. Even though Enduring Curiosity is very nice, I didn't want to overdo it, and this is a kinda hard choice because even though it can be a 3-drop, I kinda considered it a 4-drop in case, the board isn't, easy to manage, and you don't want too many high costs, so it's kinda hard choice. I think Kaito is just simply better because it draws you cards, and one of the things that Dimir kinda struggles with, especially against other tempo aggro decks, is that you don't have as much damage. Most of your cards are like 2 damage, something like this. Bat is 1 damage, Siren 1 damage. So even though it stacks very quickly, I think we needed some extra raw power, and Kaito is exactly this, especially that very often you have situations when your opponent literally cannot answer it. Removal on creatures doesn't hit it, and sweepers don't hit it. So if you have Kaito soon enough, like we didn't manage to do it because our opponent was great at drawing Get Lost, but you need to realize if they didn't draw this Get Lost, they would die in 3 turns and no other card would hit this. So you will sometimes get free wins like this just by attacking with Kaito, and if not, you can just go for full card advantage game. And even though we don't play too many counterspells, I super wanted some counterspells because with this kind of power with Kaito, drawing cards with Curiosity, having Malcolm cycle cards from the early game, and Deep-Cavern Bat that gives you this, House of Cards feeling that as long as there is nothing, breaking any kind of the house, it's not falling apart. And sometimes this one counter spell will win you the game so hard, especially that you can always get the Surveil. I kinda like this effect, even if your opponent pays, he is still, kinda taxed 2 extra mana, which means that he cannot make another play, and with this deck, amount of plays you are making a turn is extremely important. So, one of the things I also want to mention, during the games I did not have Mirrex. I actually didn't really pay too much attention with this. I thought that Restless Reefs are enough, but after playing some games where I was incredibly flooded, and by the way guys, I'm at 22 lands, like how can I get flooded with this? I get more flooded with this deck than with my 26 land control decks. So sometimes it will happen, but the idea was that we never have too much mana. We actually had too much mana sometimes. So I think 2 Mirrex will really help, especially that when Curiosity dies, you still get basically the emblem, right? Or the enchantment. So those tokens will actually draw you cards. That's why we also play Lord Skitter. So we want this wide board for extra cardo with Curiosity. So what could be the adjustments for this deck? I would really love to play 3rd or even 4th Curiosity. I didn't want to overdo it so we don't risk hands when we only have 4 drops because that's not how the deck plays out. But I honestly think if I played more with the deck, I would switch between Kaitos and Curiosity just to get different feeling. But if I have to choose one, it's Kaito. It's fun, it's extremely powerful, and it gives you all the buffers where normally Dimir has troubles with. Against a sweeper maybe, not enough damage, and removal that sometimes you just don't have enough. We only play 4 Go for the Throats, and I kinda had to cut downs. Haha, because I even had to cut the Mockingbird because I ended with like 70 cards in this build and I had to cut something, and oh boy, even the lands got hit by this, and it seems it wasn't enough. So guys, I really enjoyed this deck, and with Fear of Impostors, I mean we could play more, but the problem is that your opponent gets a blocker, so that's a big issue. That means it's more of a quality play and not something you want to do on a regular basis. So I think this one time when you push the tempo, force your your opponent's creature that dies to cut down and disfigure, so you can remove it and your opponent doesn't get advantage in the final turn, and you are getting extremely high advantage. Not only you counter a spell, but you also get a 3/2 on top of it, and very often that will be enough to close the game. As you have seen, like, this is the card that won the big game. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I love Kaito and we will be playing more with it, and I hope you enjoyed the deck. So that's it for today, and see you guys tomorrow.
With